Hey everybody, this is an article coming out of Yahoo News. Today's date is it's May 13th, 2020, but this article is dated for May 12th. McConnell puts, it's 12:29 a.m. Yes, I love y'all putting out articles at this time, on East Coast. Alright, so this says McConnell puts blame for 2020 coronavirus failure on Barack Obama in office back from 2009 to 2017. This should be a good one. So that guy's that guy's Mitch McConnell. Okay, I'm going to go into my business personality on this one. Alright, let's try to get to this article. Alright. With more than 80,000 Americans dead from the coronavirus, Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and President Trump are trying to deflect blame to former President Barack Obama. In a dialogue with Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, live-streamed by the Trump campaign on Monday evening, McConnell said that Obama's team, which exited office over 3 years ago, did not leave to this administration any kind of game plan for something like the coronavirus pandemic. Politico reported in March that the Obama National Security Council left its successor a documented title, Playbook for Early Response to High Consequence Emerging Infectious Disease Threats and Biological Incidents. It warned of potential problems like shortages in personal protective equipment that have plagued the nation's response. The Trump administration neglected to implement its recommendations. We literally left them a 69-page pandemic playbook that they ignored, tweeted Ron Klain, who oversaw the Ebola response under Obama and now advises presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden, and an office called the Pandemic Preparedness Office that they abolished, and a global monitoring system called Predict that they cut by 75%. The maddening thing is Obama left them a White House office for pandemics, a literal playbook, a cabinet-level exercise, and a global infrastructure to deal with something like this, tweeted former Obama advisor Ben Rhodes. McConnell said it was classless of Obama to criticize the federal government's coronavirus response, saying that he should have kept his mouth shut. An audio of a call with former members of his administrative last week obtained by Yahoo News. Obama said that Trump's handling of the pandemic was an absolute chaotic disaster. More than 1.3 million people have tested positive for the coronavirus in the United States, with at least 80,600 deaths, the highest numbers in the world, and much higher than countries that implemented widespread testing early in the pandemic. You know, we know, he doesn't like much. What's this? Excuse me, let me read that again. You know, we know, he doesn't like much administration is doing. That's understandable, McConnell added. But I think it's a little bit classless, frankly, to critique an administration that comes after you. He had your shot. You had your shot. You had your shot. You were there for 8 years. In one of scores of tweets and retweets over the weekend, Trump accused Obama personally of the biggest political crime in history by far. He made numerous references to Obamagate without explaining what it was. Trump continued to push Obamagate during a Monday briefing on virus testing, again without specifying the political crime he was imputing to the previous administration. Asked specifically by a reporter, he replied, Obamagate. It has been going on for a long time. It's kind of funny. Trump is hilarious. It's been going on from before I even got elected. And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's going on, and if you look at now, all of his information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happen, and it should never been allowed to happen in our country again. What is this crime exactly that you're accusing him of? Followed up by reporter Rose Garden. You know what the crime is, said Trump, after multiple reporters had made it clear they did not know what the crime was. The crime is very obvious to everybody. Recent remarks by Trump and by friendly commentators of Fox News suggested a connection to the FBI's investigation of Trump's former National Security Advisor, General Michael Flynn, which began during the transition between administrations. Flynn was fired by Trump after 3 weeks as National Security Advisor and later pleaded guilty to the lying of the FBI about a conversation he had with the Russian ambassador. Last week, Attorney General William Barr said the Justice Department would drop the charges against Flynn. Hours after Trump comments, Fox News host and informal Trump advisor Sean Hannity said on his primetime show that Obama was activating deep state operatives to do dirty work. However, Senate Republicans said Monday they were not interested in investigating Obama. Briefing was called to boast about the Trump administration's success fighting COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus, Trump said, repeating a claim he first made more than 2 months ago, that an American who wants to be tested for coronavirus can have a test. Administrator Ben Grover, who heads the coronavirus response for the Department of Health and Human Services, made the distinction that anyone who meets the criteria for being tested and needs a test can have one. So that's the end of this article. There was a lot that was being read there, and for the most part, I would like to say that my thoughts on this whole thing is we need a fall guy. Okay, I'll say it again slowly so you can understand. We need a fall guy. Alright, this is the classic playbook. It is so corny. You know why? Because it's in all of the Hollywood movies. It's the same script over and over again. When the crap hits the fan, we need a fall guy. We need somebody to blame. Oh, there he is, the first black president. let's go blame him for the entire epidemic. Matter of fact, let's make it look like he's the one that actually started the virus in the first place. You know, he's been taking heat this entire time from Trump for Trump's been talking about him this entire time, and he hasn't said something. And the time he says something, McConnell's over here barking like freaking Trump's mad dog. We all know he is, and or his wannabe mad dog. And McConnell is just like, hey, you know, you should have kept your mouth shut. The way I look at it is that the Trump administration cut a lot of money for the pandemic response team. In fact, there ain't even a pandemic response. They call it a task force, which is ridiculous. I gotta put a couple of people together myself and call them a task force. You need a whole team. You need like a administration. You need the whole shabash. You don't need a little task force. What are we in, Power Rangers? What are we in, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You got a task force for an entire country? Come on, man. And, you know, this is all in, you're all in cahoots for another plan that is bigger than even me and all of us. And I do believe the fact is that you and Obama are in it together, pal. And this is all a divisive state to divide humankind up into sections. All right. I know all about the word starts with a G. I can't think of it right now. The hour's getting late, but I think it's called Gena something. Not genocide, but not genetics, but there's a word for it. Anyway, it's a process where you divide everything up. Republican, Democrat, Independent, Black, White, Puerto Rican, Christian, Muslim, Catholic, you know, Mormon. It's just a process where you divide everything up to the point where everybody's just freaking split. Just being very divisive right now. Oh, the new president still beefing with the old president 3 years later. Really? Like, my consciousness is way bigger than what you are saying right now. Like, I am way above this. And my children will be even further above this. You are on cocky puck right now. You are on navel-lint. The things that you all are discussing right now are for a kindergarten, even Obama. Because we see what's really going on. And for you to even be saying testing, and all this other stuff. We know how people are feeling. We know about the... I'm not going to go into too many conspiracy theories here. This is a Yahoo article, but it ain't even really a conspiracy theory. I'll tell you like this. I saw a video just the other day. The guy was crying about his brother, and he was in the hospital. All right, I'm just going to tell you what I saw. And it was a black man. And he was crying about his brother. His brother was in a body bag. And he said, let me see his body. They unzipped his body. All of his organs were missing. The guy cried and said, what did y'all do to my brother? The brother was supposed to die of like coronavirus or something. And they let him see him for the last time. But when he saw him, all his organs was taken out. So there's a lot of organ harvesting going on. There's some real shady stuff going on out there. And there's millions, if not billions, of dollars that's being made across this pandemic. If you need a new organ, I'm pretty sure now's the time to get it, because they're flying all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And they're not afraid to say it. So, as for me, I'm Wesley Snipes tonight, baby. I'm Blade. Don't even come my way, because I'll... Peace.